So to answer your question, if we do it mathematically, it's a little maybe the easier way than just counting out the blocks. But if you think of it this way, that your x-axis is your west-east, right? So if you're moving in a west direction, you're moving in a negative direction. If you're moving in the eastward direction, you're moving in a positive direction. So the the y-axis is the same. If you're, well, not the same, but if you're moving in a north direction, you're moving positive. If you're moving in a southward direction, you're moving in a negative direction. So if our starting point is 1, -2, and then the first thing we do is to go 4 blocks south, 3 blocks east. So we'll start with the x, which is if we're going, we start at 1 and we're going east, that's positive, and we're going 3 blocks east, so that's my x. And then my y, I start at -2 and I'm going south, which is negative, and I'm going 4 blocks. So my new point would be 4, -6. Now the taxi's going and dropping off another passenger, so its new ending location will be 4 is where we start, and then 6 blocks west. So west is -6 blocks, and then my new y, I'm going to go 5 blocks north, -6 plus 5, because north is positive. So I end up with -2, -1. So -2, 1, 2, -1. The points here, I'm not very good with this thing, so it's not a very good looking point, but it is a point. So if you think about it this way, if I start at -2, I'm sorry, if I start at 1 and I end up at -2, we have to think, what did I have to add to the 1 to get to -2? Well, that's 0, 1, 2. So I'm actually adding a negative. So from 1, I'm adding a -3. So I'm going 3 blocks. It's negative in the x, so that means west. Oops, that was weird. Anyway, so that means if I went 3 blocks west, and then if I start at -2, why is it doing this? If I start at -2 on the y, right, I start here and I end up at -1, what did I have to add? I added a +1, right? +1. So on the y-axis, if I'm going positive, it means I'm going north, and if I'm going 1, why does it keep doing that? It means I'm going north 1 block. So this is the answer here. I hope that makes sense. And I suppose if you did it after you plotted the points, then you would find your 1, 2, 3 blocks west and 1 block north.